Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to the video, and today we're here for another severe weather breakdown. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including some severe storms that are going to be coming through very soon. We've got lots of tropical activity and even a winter storm coming in. So let's go ahead and break it all down, starting off with the SPC outlook for a day where we have a marginal risk of severe weather over portions of the desert southwest and the mid-south region here. So let's go ahead and break down the threats that these bring. Now starting off with the tornado threat for today, very low, no tornadoes expected. Damaging wind threat, we have a 5% risk to see wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher here. Luckily, the only major population center in this region is Amarillo, but then we also have areas like Roswell, New Mexico, Clovis, New Mexico, Hobbs, New Mexico, and Carlsbad, New Mexico that need to be looking out for this as well. Now moving on to the hail threat for today, we also have a 5% risk to see hail of 1 inch or larger in the same exact region, so look out for that. Now moving on to tomorrow, we already have a slight risk of severe weather in a very similar region and a marginal risk of severe weather that extends all the way up into the upper Midwest. So let's go ahead and break down the threats that this brings. Now starting off with the tornado threat, we do have a 2% risk of a tornado tomorrow, okay? Again, some of the larger areas in this 2% risk tomorrow are going to be Clovis, New Mexico, Hobbs, New Mexico, Carlsbad, New Mexico, Portales, New Mexico, and Artesia, New Mexico. So look out for that. We might see a tornado tomorrow. We might even get a 5% risk of a tornado tomorrow, depending on how this goes. So I'd be looking out in the southeastern New Mexico region. Damaging wind threat, we have a 15% risk to see wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher tomorrow. Again, very similar cities that I just listed off are going to be in that threat, but no major population centers. But then we have a 5% risk to see wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher that extends, like I said, it extends all the way down from the U.S.-Mexico border almost back up to the U.S.-Canada border, which is pretty crazy. Hail threat for tomorrow, we also have a 5% risk to see hail of 1 inch or larger and a 15% risk to see hail of 1 inch or larger in a very similar region, so look out for that as well. Moving on to Tuesday here, we already have a slight risk of severe weather here of over portions of the deep south, the desert southwest, and the Midwest. So unfortunately, we cannot break down the threats that this brings as of right now, but what it is looking like is that this is going to be a pretty strong storm, considering that we already have a day 3 slight risk. That's pretty uncommon. If I had to guess, I would say we'd probably get an enhanced risk somewhere near the panhandle of Texas, but that's just my prediction. We may not get one at all. Moving on to the National Hurricane Center here, we have 2 tropical storms right now, Tropical Storm Philippe and Tropical Storm Rena, but we're going to break those down more later. Eastern Pacific here, we have a disturbance that has an 80% chance to form the next 7 days and a 40% chance to form the next 48 hours, and we really need to be watching this because we really don't know what turn it's going to take as of right now if it does form, and it has a very high chance to, but it is pointing right now in the California direction, so we need to be watching this, okay? Central Pacific, nothing as of right now. Now moving on to the path for Philippe and Rena here. We'll go ahead and start off with Rena. Right now it is a 45 mile per hour tropical storm here. Sorry, a 40 mile per hour tropical storm. It's going to continue to head north but not really make impact anywhere. But then Tropical Storm Philippe is a bit of a different story here, okay? Because right now it is currently a tropical storm with 50 mile per hour winds here, and it's going to continue to head off to the north and the west and affect portions of the Lesser Antilles, which are already starting to feel effects from this, like heavy rainfall, some scattered to isolated downpours here, especially in like the Puerto Rico region. So do look out for that. You're going to see some very heavy rainfall, maybe some lightning activity, because while you're not most likely going to see a direct impact from this, but then again, some of these islands could, I guess, but while you're not most likely going to see a direct impact from this, you're going to feel the side effects kind of from far away. Now this will continue to head north and strengthen eventually into a Category 1 hurricane, and then move off to the north and the east, maybe make an impact on Bermuda, but we're not really too sure yet. But yeah, we need to really be keeping an eye out on this. It is expected to not really slow down as of right now, it's looking like. So we need to be watching this, especially since it could head to the north and the east even more and potentially get up here in the Ireland, United Kingdom region, but we're so far out from that I don't think that's going to happen. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories here. We got red flag warnings scattered across the country advisories, some down in the Four Corner states, some in Louisiana, some in Texas. We got winter weather advisories here in portions of the Four Corner states in California. If you're in a winter weather advisory, that means you're likely to see a few inches of snow. As I did say in the intro, we've got a decent sized snow event moving through here, kind of. But it's not going to be like a major snowstorm. It's just going to be, you know, maybe upwards of 6 inches or a little bit higher in some regions. So still look out for that. We have a major winter storm that's moving through Alaska right now. We got winter storm warnings in effect for Alaska. Upwards of a foot of snow or higher could fall in that region, so we really need to be looking out there as well. Dense fog advisories in effect for portions of the upper western Midwest, air quality alerts in the DFW region, and then coastal flood advisories all across the East Coast pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for 400 subscribers, by the way. That's pretty cool. And I'll see you on the next one.